Hi everyone, Gemma here. Thank you for watching today. I'm very excited to be joining the Craftstash End of Summer YouTube Hop. The co-brands and design team members have got together and will be sharing lots of inspiration and ideas using many different products at great prices on the Craftstash website. In the description box below you will find a list of all the participants, who to watch next, so after this video please head over to the next one listed below. You can find a list of all the products I've used to date in the description box below, and remember, if you're a VIP you can enjoy an extra discount on top. So please share the love, like, comment and subscribe to each channel. So I'm going to show you how to make a fun fold pull out panel card. So this is a top folding 6x6 card. You open the card up and the panel pulls out like so. I think it's really summery, bright and colourful. Such a cute image there. I love all the florals and the shine from the gold mirror card. Before I show you how to make the card, I wanted to show you the collection, the movers and shakers from Paper Discovery, and this is a gorgeous collection. Got two die sets, 3 stamp sets and a paper pad. So I've gone ahead and I've prepared lots of my elements off camera. So I have my card base here that measures 12x6. Along the 12-inch side I've scored at 6. So you want to fold and burnish that. I've then got this teal colour cardstock and I've trimmed it to 11 3/4 by 5 3/4. And along the 11 3/4 inch side I've scored at 5 3/4 and 8 3/4. So the first fold line is a mountain fold and the second is a valley, and this creates our sort of Z fold panel that will sit inside our card. I've then prepared 2 pieces of white cardstock that measure 2 3/4 by 5 3/4, and I've embossed those. So I've just gone ahead and creased those score lines so the panel is less bouncy. And I'm going to set that aside and my 2 white pieces, and we'll work on the front of the card first of all. So I'm going to bring in my panel that I created for the front. I took a piece of copy paper that measured around about 6x6. I cut several strips of coloured cardstock that measure 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch, and I've attached those onto the front there. I've then used the Creative Stitch Nestable square dies to cut the panel. So this measures 5 3/4 squared, which will sit on the front of my card like so. I've then used the Creative Nestable Stitch circle dies and I've cut an aperture within this panel. So if you've got these dies, the number 1 being the smallest, it's the 4th one up. So I'm going to take the original die that I cut an aperture out of my panel, and I'm going to line this up on the front of my card. Now I'm doing a top fold card. It's entirely up to you. You can do a side folding card if you wish, but I thought a top folding would be slightly different. So I'm just lining that up on the front of my panel, on the front of my card I should say, popping my die back in, and I'm going to draw a circle around my die. I'm then going to remove my panel, and now I can line my die up on the front of my card. I'm going to tack that in place with some washi tape. This is from Creative Craft Products. Really like the tape dispenser. It's really useful, especially when you're trying to find the end of your washi tape. I'm just going to place that down on the front there. I'm going to open my card up and I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine. So I've now removed that circle from the front of my card, and I'm going to attach my panel to line up those 2 circles together. So I've just attached that using some Collal glue. Pop that on the front there. That'll help strengthen that piece. You can use a heavier weight cardstock if you wish, rather than copy paper, but I wanted to make sure I had a nice clean cut when I run it through my die cutting machine, but it's entirely up to you. Now we're going to work on the inside of the card. So I've got this piece here, so I'm going to attach that in the center like so. So I'm going to flip it over and just add glue to this back panel. So you could have this pulling out any way you like, really, top, either side or the bottom, but I've got mine coming from the right hand side, so I'm just lining that up, make sure I'm happy with the placement. Next I'm going to add my 2 white panels to the side pieces there. So I'm just going to give those a chance to grab onto the cardstock and let that set for a few minutes. So I'll pop that to one side, and I'm going to bring in the Movers and Shakers Tags Cute die set. So I've got this frame die here, so I've cut that in the teal colour. I've then cut another circle using the same die that we use for the aperture, and I've embossed that also. So for both panels on the inside of my card and this circular piece, I've used the Creative 80s embossing folder, and I thought it looked like party poppers, you know, like the confetti, the string sort of floating in the air, and thought gave it a nice texture. Then there's a larger circle die within this set, and I've cut that again in the teal cardstock. So I've got 3 pieces that will attach together like so, and I'm going to be popping those in the center there so that this frame die lines up with the aperture that we've cut in the front of our card. So I'm going to attach these 3 together. I'm just going to center the white piece within the teal. You can use foam adhesive for this if you wish, but I've got a stamped image that I want to pop up, so I'm going to use foam adhesive for that. I'm going to attach this frame with some quick grab glue. I'm going to center that onto the white piece. You should have a very slim frame of white around that teal colour. So once that's in place, I'm going to use the aperture within the card there and pop that sort of in the hole if you wish, like so. I'm just going to run some glue along the side there and just pop that closed on top, so we've got the perfect placement. So we've created our card base. You open it up like so and the panel pops out. So now it's time for the fun part, all the decoration and add in your sentiment. So I'll just bring in the stamps that I've used. So I've gone ahead and I've stamped and I've coloured using my alcohol markers, and I fussy cut those out. So I have the bear here, and I've first of all I stamped the party hat, I masked that and then added the bear, so it's wearing the hat like so. Isn't it so cute? So the stamp set is the cute A6 stamp set. I've then cut and coloured the leaves here, this flower, this cluster of flowers and leaves, and this one also. And then from the 2 other stamp sets, so from the floral A6 stamp set, I've cut and coloured those leaves, and from the shaped A6 stamp set, I've cut those leaves as well. I've then cut a panel that measures 5.5 squared for the inside of my card, and I've stamped "Have a Berry Happy Day." and I've added the party hat and the cluster of flowers there. So this is going to sit inside the card base like so. So I'll just attach that now, and then we can move on to the decoration of the front of the card. So you could use this panel to write your message if you wish. It will all be hidden from the front of the card, or you can leave this as so and write your message on the back. It's entirely up to you. I like the fact that the sentiment is hidden by this circle panel. You've just got this pop of colour in the corner there. So I have cut a frame to go on the front of my card, and I've been debating whether to use it or not. To cut this, I used the original die that we used for the aperture, and then the larger die from the set, which is the same size as this one. So you've created this frame. So I think I will add it. I think it adds just that extra touch on the front there. And then these are all the pieces that I've cut for the front. So I've got the bear that will sit inside the circle there, and then I've got these floral pieces that will frame the bear either side, and lots of these leaves then to add that extra detail. So I'm just going to pop you on high speed while I attach everything. So I'm just going to add my frame, and I'm going to add the bear and the florals then up onto some foam to give that extra dimension, and just pop the foliage around this frame here. So I've gone ahead and I've added all the stamped and coloured florals, and I think it looks gorgeous, but I feel like it's missing something. So I'm just going to add a sentiment on the front. So I brought in the shaped die set, and I've cut this stitched heart, sorry, this heart here, this stitched banner, and the word celebrate from the cute die set. So I'm just going to add that on the corner there with the word celebrate in this gold mirror cardstock, and then I've got these hearts to go in that top corner, and I think I'm happy now. So I'm just going to go ahead and attach those. So there's the final card. I am so pleased with how it's turned out. It's bright, colourful, summery birthday card, and that bear is just so cute. I love it. So I've added some extra embellishments there with some gold pearls, and open the card out, and this panel pops out. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I'm going to pop a link in the description box below to let you know about becoming a Craftstash VIP member if you're not already one, and there's information on how to join and the benefits that are included. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and go and watch the next video. Thanks very much. See you in the next one. Bye.